Good morning. So I was running this morning, just started running. That's why I look like a hot mess. And as I'm running, I'm just like, sometimes when you're a woman and you're running, men are like, hey! You know, they do stupid stuff like that. And I'm sorry, it's not stupid, right? Because like, they're pretty much just like at themselves, right? So here's the deal. Freedom. Freedom. Why am I talking about freedom? Because freedom, my dear brothers and sisters, is an amazing thing to have. Freedom of your own thoughts, freedom of your own choices. And the thing about freedom is there's no attachment. And a lot of times we attach ourselves to other people's thoughts. We attach ourselves to other people's ideas. We attach ourselves to other people's regimen and their eating habits. And we copycat, right? There's no freedom in that. We think, another thing is like attachment and freedom. Why you want freedom instead of being attached to something, like let's just say, alcoholics or people with eating disorders that, food, it's an attachment. We use food, we use alcoholic beverages, we use smoking, we use weed, we use drugs. We use these things because we think, man, I feel so good when I'm on these things and doing these things, and you numb yourself. And so, but seriously, what freedom is that to not be able to feel what you intuitively feel, that you individually feel? Where's the freedom in that? So a lot of times we get in this shell of this hard shell, and we allow ourselves to not have freedom because there's this this invisible shell that people have where we think everything that we see is being reflected, and there's no freedom in that. There's no freedom in not being yourself. Where's the freedom when you're choosing to be something you're not? So I was running, and I was just I just felt so good as I was running, and this freedom of thought, this freedom of amazing just sensations, like I was so aware of everything in me, and I was just smiling as I was running, and I knew that today was going to be a good day, and I knew everything's always getting better, and no matter the circumstances, because yes, life has these uncontrollable circumstances that we walk through. But there's so much freedom in knowing that I'm not attached to what somebody else's standards. I'm not attached to somebody else's goals. Like I have my own. Like, I took like a couple days off from like working out and eating right because I just wanted to. And I didn't eat the best. I mean, probably not as bad as some people think, but I ate what I wanted, and I didn't care. And I didn't work out, and I wrote and I wrote and I wrote, and I loved it, and there was freedom in that. And a lot of times I don't think we give ourselves enough credit that it's okay to just be that way, and it's okay to rest at times. But it's also always that balance of finding that balance, that freedom of the balance of mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually within us all, that we need to attain that freedom. That freedom of freedom. I mean, look the word up. Freedom, what does it mean? I mean, when I think of freedom, I think there's no chains attached to me, and attachments are not there. So I know I could go on and 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 on about this, because freedom is something that everyone needs. Freedom to be okay with who you are, and when you're okay with who you are and you really love who you are, that freedom comes and those choices come to really love yourself by taking care of yourself, because that's freedom in itself, to love yourself enough to take care of yourself. And it might not look like the person next to you or the person that you see on TV or on Facebook, but that it'll look like you. Like, there's only one Kara C. Adams, and I love that freedom that I get to walk in the life of Kara C. Adams. And there's only one Shannon, one Steven. There's all these people that have like glimpsed over this video. There's only one you. And that's so beautiful. And walk in that freedom and really like allow yourself to shine that light and be that.